This presentation is brought to you by the Electronic Motor Racing Network. We are a for-hire broadcaster. If you would like us to stream your league, contact DayPaulB661 on Discord, member number 1015. Thank you, and enjoy the race.
Hello and welcome to the Captain TV Open Wheel Series. You are going to be watching and listening to the Electronic Motor Racing Network. Tonight we are at the Windy City Chicago Street Course. 2.14 mile street course that is. So we're going to see some tight racing, some tight corners, people getting squeezed into those barriers with no runoff, a little bit of lockups into the corner. And that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is what you have to look forward to tonight. I am joined, as always, with Mr. Alan Bledsoe this evening.
I'm doing well. This is going to be a really interesting, and we've got two races tonight, man. It's the Chicago Street Course and then the Chicago Oval Track down in Joliet, Illinois. So we're downtown first, and then we're going to another basically 30 miles away.
Yeah, and it's going to be something that we're looking forward to tonight. A little bit for the road course guys, and then a little bit for the oval guys. So the first race is going to be at the street course, as we said. It's going to be a challenge. So this is just over 2 miles, as I said. It incorporates parts of Michigan Avenue and Lakeshore Drive. And it's almost a figure eight, Alan. So these guys are going to be going head on at each other at some point with just a small barrier between themselves. Luckily with iRacing, you don't really have to worry about going through it, but we may see some drivers going over it.
And you know what's unfortunate is we don't even get to see a track map. So I use sim racing apps, guys. Obviously, that's how I get my track map. But sim racing apps has not updated enough to get me a video or a track map. So, as we've got a crash right there.
Yeah, and I would expect to see that a lot tonight, where people are going to crash off these corners quite often, getting into the corners too heavily, and then having to lock up the brakes to get in there fast, get some wheel hop in the back, and then smack the wall on the exit of the corner. So I would expect to see, and when one person does that, it's going to be hard for other drivers to miss if they've got anybody right behind them.
Isaac Morris. I'm looking for somebody who might actually be able to get around this track without wrecking. Okay, Telder did not. How about Austin Sarr here?
Well, it looks like we got 5 seconds left in qualifying, and we're going to go straight into the race here. They might have a little short drivers meeting at the beginning just to give everybody the rules. What I've heard over this week leading up to the race is they're going to ask drivers, if you get into the wall off the corner and you're blocking the track, please tow as soon as you can to get out of the racing course. They're really concerned about cautions tonight, as you can see how many bumps this track has.
It's so bumpy. and the checkered flag is flown. We've only had 10 cars. So, okay, so we have 20 cars in this field. Only half of them actually got a lap in because this track is so hard to drive.
Yeah, and we're just going to continue seeing that because that's just how difficult this track is. So 25 laps with no mistakes is a lot to ask. I talked to a few of the drivers, and their motto is try to stay out of trouble and let these other guys basically end their nights on their own. So we're kind of just going to have to wait and see how that, what's going to happen there.
Yeah, for sure. So this track is 2.11 miles long, and it basically just drives through the streets of downtown Chicago, which is awesome. But it's so difficult because the streets of Chicago are just so bumpy. We watched an IndyCar race at Nashville earlier just a couple weeks ago, and I mean, IndyCar had such a difficult time on those bumpy streets, didn't they, Jesse?
Absolutely, yeah. And now we're taking it to the virtual world on a track that's 4 times as bumpy as that, and hoping that these drivers can make it around. So we'll keep our fingers crossed and see how things go. Let's take a gander at some standings here. Well, maybe. Got to go get to the link here.
He's got to find it, everyone.
Yes, so we've got Dan Marrero representing TI Racing, currently tied with Luke Daniels in Extreme Sim Racer. And then right behind them, we have the 13 of Austin Sarr, also with Extreme Sim Racer. 1 point. No, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the wrong category. 50 points behind the leader. And Luke Daniels, 28 points behind Dan Marrera. So close up front, Caitlin Height, after missing the last race, is
Last
50
couple of
points behind.
races.
Last 2 races, yeah.
Yeah.
Is 50 points behind the lead in the point standings as of now. So still very tight up front. Anybody's points championship, although it is getting a lot more difficult as the weeks go on. We only have a 10-week series. I'm sorry, 16. I don't know where I got 10 from. But after tonight, that puts us almost to halfway through the series. So you're losing out on some time.
Yeah, for sure. This is really a very important race for a lot of people, just to finish, honestly. And if you can do that, you're going to put yourself in a really good points position. As everyone's gridding up, we've got 2 minutes and 45 seconds almost till the grid is finalized. So, what do you
Time for
think
these
is gonna
drivers.
what do you think is gonna happen, Jesse?
Chaos. Chaos is what's going to happen. But no, seriously, it's like I expect the road guys to get a better handle on it. The guys that are experienced in IndyCar, you see Robbie Oddie, you see Isaac Morris, those two guys on the front row here. So I would expect to see those guys running closely together the whole race. Maybe the top 6 cars going to be able to pull a gap on the guys behind them just because they have so much more experience. But you're looking at 2 teams in TI Racing and Moneymaker Motorsports who have a lot of different agendas going on. Those 2 teams got into it at Watkins Glen a couple weeks ago, and they also got into it again at Auto Club last week. So it'll be interesting. They've got some drivers up front, both of them, and we're going to see the battle. Robbie Ottie's with TI. You've also got Isaac Morris with TI. And then in Moneymakers, Luke Daniels is the head of that team there on road courses. Sam Fontaine, pretty good as himself. So Austin Sarr, we're gonna have these drivers close, and they've had some little bit of history the last couple weeks of getting close to each other, if putting on some blocking and different things like that. So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. But then you got the back half of the field who's just looking to survive. They're not focusing on lap time and putting it where it needs to be every single lap, right on that razor's edge. They're worried about making the corner, and then the next one, then the next one. Let's just complete laps here. So you got some different agendas, different people trying to make different times and everything. So it's going to be awesome.
And it's very possible that some of those guys that are trying to actually put up fast laps and trying to win the race, it's very possible that they make a mistake that ends their night. So whoever is able to minimize the mistakes is probably going to win this race. And we may see a whole lot of cautions tonight, or we could see an entirely green race. It's very unknown to us. This is a first for us.
Yeah, absolutely. Couldn't agree more. And we've got, how much time do we got left, Alan, there?
We are just now getting ready to go green, so the pace car is going to pull off here any second. So your front row looks like Robbie Oddie and Isaac Morris, although Morris missed the grid. We're not going to see Isaac Morris on the front row. So it's actually going to be Luke Daniels on the front row.
Awesome. Well, Austin probably just wants to give us a show coming from the back. He's very good in these Indy cars, and I don't know if that's why he missed the grid. I don't know if there was something else going on. Was asked not to participate. I don't really know what happened there. He was practicing and he was qualifying, so we'll see if he's able to come out of the pits, once the green flag goes. So, but like you said, we've got Luke Daniels, who moves up to the front row, is alongside Robbie Oddie. And then go ahead with the rest of the grid, Alan.
So Austin Sarr is going to be in third place, and Dan Marrera in that number 26, very well known, is going to be in fourth place. Yes. Zachary Hallinan also missed the grid. He will not be... Yeah, he's going to start on pit road. Sam Fontaine, he made the grid. He's going to start in probably fifth. Not entirely sure. There's too many people missing grid. Joey Lautisser is going to be in sixth. Yeah, sixth. Then Chris Evans, new guy in the 24 Ally livery, is there in seventh place. And then Michael Benedetto rounds out your top eight, even though he got a top 10 qualifying time.
Here we go, coming around for green. The green flag is out. No, it's not.
Are you kidding me? It's a 2.1 mile track.
Well, I saw pit road, and I was assuming pit road. Obvious.
I didn't see pit road.
Okay, I saw a wall that looked like pit road. I apologize, guys. It's no track man. And this is a giant figure eight, so it looks similar in
similar all over the track, yeah.
Because it is technically the same road, so you have to get a little bit of a break. So from 5 to 6 and 12 to 1 is literally the same.
All right, here we go.
And now the green flag is out as everybody's getting up through the gears coming into that first hard braking zone. The first half dozen make it through clean. As we have Robbie Oddie, Austin Sarr, Luke Daniels, Dan Marrera in that front three, and you see Robbie Oddie pulling out pulling away a little bit by almost a second already. He's been the fastest guy all night. And it's going to be a chase to get him. There are no tire rules enforced tonight, so you can run the reds or the blacks. It does not matter this evening.
And I know there are some drivers in this field that are not even going to try the reds.
The blacks.
Well, I thought Corey said the reds, but yeah, he must have meant the blacks. Or I might have heard wrong, who knows.
Or he got in qualifying and changed his mind. It's possible.
Who knows?
Yeah, and a lot of these drivers saying that they have to concentrate really, really hard on this track, don't have a lot of time to take a mental break, even on these straightaways, just because they are so narrow, as you see 2 wide coming off that corner back there.
Oh, who
Somebody
was that?
locking up some brakes.
Oh my! 25 car, Michael Benedetto, broke a wheel and
He's in the fence again.
ripped a side panel off. So, I mean, that's your first mistake of the day.
It did not take long. Working lap 2. He's going to have to slow way down to get around this corner.
Yeah, he is.
Very narrow for the rest of the field to try to get around him.
With that very wobbly tire, it's really not going to drive well. It's such an obvious statement. Oh my gosh.
I'm glad we have you here to color commentate and let us know how that wobbly tire is difficult to drive. So in the meantime, you've got Austin Sarr moves into second place. Luke Daniels back to third, and surely that leaderboard's not right where Robbie Oddie has a 4-second lead already.
It might be,
Let's
actually.
get back up there and see.
If I can find my mouse. There we go.
He has a significant gap. So
look at behind him. There is nobody. Oh, there's Austin Sarr. Yeah, that's a good 6-second gap. That's
yeah. So he is just putting it down. Obviously, he's had a lot of time to practice with that TI Racing group and able to just focus on this race. He's a road racer by trade, so he's going well. And then we've got some cars here running nose to tail towards a little bit further back.
Yeah, this is towards the back end of the top 10. Looks like Chris Evans is in 10th, Ryan Whitaker there in 11th, and then Corey Melton in 12th. Looks like
these are the guys.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say these are the guys there's
Chris
one of them
Evans.
makes a mistake on throttle, spins it around, noses it into the wall, and he breaks the wheel as well. Alan, do you want to break down how that car's driving for us right now?
Not good. It's got a wobbly wheel.
All right, so not good is the word on the street. So that's going to move Ryan Whitaker, Corey Melton. As I was saying, with those guys just trying to – that's the group of cars that's just trying to make it to the end and put together corners one by one and not try to overdrive the car or even get lap time. Corey Melton talked about this earlier that he doesn't want to go for lap time. He wants to go for a clean car, and he believes that by doing that, even backing down and going well off the pace, that he's going to end up with a top 10 or
ooh, as
or
he
even
almost
higher.
touches the wall there.
Yeah, so as we look a little bit farther forward, looks like Coy is up there a little bit into 8th place. Sam Fontaine's in 6th. Dan Marrere is your last car in the top 5. So from Dan Marrere to Sam Fontaine and all the way back, it looks like they're
And
fairly close.
Michael Benedetto pulled over to the side. He's a lap car, so he just let those guys by to race amongst themselves.
And I think that's a wise move right now, not trying to make these guys overtake him, but also he's out of fast repairs now. So he's got 20 more laps to go and no fast repairs. Got a car looking to the inside down the front stretch.
I
Right
couldn't
there,
tell who that was.
The TI purple car there. Hard for
Purple.
me to tell the numbers. The second
Is
one
that
in white.
Locklear, maybe?
The 83 of Locklear, yes it is.
He tried. He did not get around Sam Fontaine there, as looks like Matt Telder is about ready to get on his bumper. Good lord, these guys don't have bumpers.
So you saw a little bit of a look to the inside there from Telder. I'm just kind of trying to make Locklear think about him.
Little bit of lockup by Sam Fontaine. He might be holding these guys up a little bit, actually.
Well, and I'm sure he is, but where are you going to pass him at?
There's not really much of a place to pass.
There's some good passing zones, but you have to be right on their bumper, right on their tail, sorry. Right on their wing.
You did it too.
So you have to be right on their wing right here through this little short chute. Get on the push to pass probably just to get alongside of him, but he's also got push pass to keep you behind you.
Yeah.
As looks like Locklear's still trying to find a way to do it. Now he's getting heated up by Telder.
Oh, and Locklear wrecks it. Spins it off the corner. Breaks the nose off the thing.
But still able to keep it going, but unfortunate for him, yeah. You see the cars back there, and that's just a result of trying to push and get around and get a run on Sam Fontaine to get around him. You know, we can clearly see that he's holding those guys up, but he's doing his job. His job's not to let these guys by. His job's to hold that position and do the best he can.
Fontaine's going to let, looks like Telder go by, and then get back in front of Coy Haslai.
Yeah, and I think... looks like Telder's got some damage.
No, that's Fontaine.
Oh, is that Fontaine? Okay.
Yeah, that's Sam Fontaine as he misses the corner entirely.
I think he was just letting him go by here.
That's possible. Going down
I don't know.
Stretch. Here comes
I wonder if
Melton.
he nosed it. Wonder if he nosed it in as well. So obviously it looks like he has. But
yeah, he's been in. He's either been in the wall or been into somebody, because he has no right side front wing.
Well, I'd imagine he's going to try to run this out. Now we do have loose cautions tonight from race control, who has basically said they're only going to throw a caution if there's a multi-car wreck
and the track is blocked. Yes. Oh, and Corey! Oh, just locked it up. It looks like, and I mean,
towed himself.
Thing instantly turned left, or yeah, turned right.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. If he just stepped on the brakes and it just hit a bump wrong, or what happened exactly. So hard to tell.
Yeah, it
somehow,
really is.
some way, Fontaine keeps going because he's.
And Fontaine has significant damage now.
I think Melton just towed because he thought he was blocking the track. Really, he wasn't. So I think he could have got that turned around and back to pit road. But as we say that, we've got Fontaine on pit road to get that damage repaired. So let's go back up towards the front with Luke Daniels. Looks to be about 4 seconds off of Austin Saar. And then right behind him is Joey Ladouceur.
I mean, I wouldn't say right behind him. That's a 10-second gap at least.
Significantly behind him is Joey Ladouceur.
So this is really the best battle right here, is between Coy Haslai and Ryan Whitaker there in the 03, and then Zachary Hallinan right behind them.
Yeah, so we'll see how everybody goes here. We've seen a lot of mistakes when their drivers around each other, so you see him going to the inside. He's going to give up that position. Now he's going to be under fire from the car right behind.
And that might not actually be that. Is that for sure Zachary Hallinan? I don't think it is. That looks like it might be Ryan Whitaker, maybe.
Yeah, you'll have to tell me, but I
Yeah,
don't have
that's
any
Ryan.
idea.
That's Ryan Whitaker. So Ryan Whitaker is a lap down now. Or wait, no, never mind. What's going on here? Whitaker trying to get by Hosley and is going to succeed. What did I miss?
I have no idea what you're doing. I don't know
Okay.
I don't know who went by them at such a high speed, but I don't know if that's
Oh,
fresh or
that's
what.
a
Whoever
crash.
it was just wrecked. Yeah, it's that fast. It's not fence, so
I
go
wish
back to that.
I really, really wish we had the track map so we could tell you these car numbers, because I got nothing.
We'll go
This
to a
is a
different
hard.
view where you can see it.
What do you mean?
Go to the rear wing or something where you can see what the car number is.
I don't have that view.
Sure you do. Go to the left rear tire or the right rear tire. It says it right on top of them. Well, kind of shows it. Maybe not.
Yeah,
Or go to
there's
far
nothing
chase,
there.
maybe. Go to chase or far chase. I don't know. Yeah, without the track map, it's very difficult to see who these cars are.
Rear chase.
25.
There we go.
Michael Benedetto. God. There's your. So, and there's your race leader, Robbiotti. So we're gonna take a very short break and try to figure out how we can figure out who these people are, and we'll be right back.
This presentation is brought to you by the Electronic Motor Racing Network. We are a for-hire broadcaster. If you would like us to stream your league, contact DayPaulB661 on Discord, member number 1015. Thank you, and enjoy the race.
And welcome back to the Captain TV Open Wheel Series. You are watching Joey Ladouceur and Matt Telder battle for the 4th position on the Electronic Motor Racing Network. So you did not miss a thing while we were away. This is the closest battle on track here. And it looks like that battle has dissipated as Telder has fallen off a little bit.
Now this is the closest right here. Zachary Hallinan is right on top of Dan Morera, with a few lap cars in between, or in between a few lap cars, I should say. Looks like Corey Melton and Scott Wise.
Scott Wise just overshot the corner there. You can see the flames on his car. That's how I know that's him.
Yeah, and that's not actually his paint scheme, but trading paints isn't working for me.
So, and then so far a lap down is the top nine vehicle, or the back nine. You got Drift, Jacob Locklear, Sam Fontaine in 11th. Nope, just got passed by Koi Hasalai. So that dropped Sam Fontaine to 12th.
Looks like
Sam
we've got
Fontaine
some
is
pit
dropping,
stops.
so he's either on pit road or he has crashed again. So sure, we should be getting close to pit stops here. So looks like Robbie Audie's on pit road. Going to be 4 tires, fill her up with fuel, and get off. So all these drivers that have not had incident are now needing some fuel in that tank. All the drivers that have had incident have more laps of fuel left, so they're going to be coming in depending on when they crashed.
Yeah, but they are
Robbie
definitely
Audi,
still going to have to pit one more time.
Yeah, absolutely, because you can go about halfway, as we can see these drivers now. About 13 laps on a tank of gas, so you want to cut it about right in half to be safe. But now Robbie's going to be even faster as he's the first car on fresh tires, it looks like. Working his way around the lap car there.
Nope, that was not Ryan Whitaker.
I think it was, let me go back and look at I think that was Dan Morera.
Herrera. Nope, he's green.
Oh, no, he's not. Yep.
Uh,
Oh, well. It was
Yep.
one of the TI guys.
Locklear, that's Jacob Locklear.
Okay.
And who is that? Is that the 98? Luke Daniels
Yeah,
right
that
behind?
looks like Luke Daniels right behind him.
Nope, not Luke Daniels.
Well, then it's going to be the other
Matt Telder?
XSR.
No. Yeah, it's one of those cars for sure. And
Got more cars on
Robbie
pit road
Audie's
here.
back on pit road.
They must have had a loose wheel.
Loose wheel, or maybe he sped on pit road. Oh, he's got some damage. He had to repair some
He ran
damage.
into the wall. So it was a loose wheel for sure. He had a big gap there. Looks like Austin Saar's in pit road right behind him. And Austin's going to beat him out. So that
Robbie
would have
Audie's
been...
being held. He's being held on pit road. I think he got caught for speeding. And that's going to hand the race over to Austin Saar right here.
Yeah, gosh, you hate it for Robbie, but no, you have 2 trips down pit road. That's 2 opportunities to speed. You have pit limiters in these cars, but that's only if you get to pit road on time on the speed limiter. So there is a way that you can speed even with the limiter. Must have been what he's done.
Yeah, must have. Or
And
maybe
now-
you're like Scott Wise, because I interviewed Scott Wise after the race last week, and he told me that he doesn't have that pit limiter mapped. He actually believes in his own throttle control, where he can keep it at speed without speeding. So maybe Robbie Audi has that kind of setup in his car, on his wheel.
Yeah, very well could have. So he's
right
still
here,
falling through the field.
You're watching Austin Saar and Luke Daniels battle for 3rd place right now. Matt Telder is your current leader with Joey Ladisser. They're in 2nd place.
Yeah, and either they have inherited the lead, and both of these drivers have Austin Saar and Robbie Audi pit twice, or they have not pit yet.
Oh, and Robbie Audie's crashed.
Just trying to make up that time, and he has junked his car, and that is going to do it for Robbie Audi. Because he has already used his fast repair.
Yeah,
And that looked like Jacob Locklear coming through that may have gotten some damage from that as well. So let's see what happened.
Yeah,
Under
we're
braking, trying to make the overtake.
Ah,
Oh, victim of someone else's
Circumstance.
crash there. So then he gets it spun around and right in front of traffic.
and that's multiple cars that are just wrecked there. And
Just-
After he lost control again, he decided to tow it. So, was that Ladisur that actually got in? No, that wasn't Ladisur.
The second car that came around the outside the
It
second
might have
time he
been-
spun.
No, it wasn't him. It was a red car.
Oh,
Do you-
Locklear is the other one that has the TI red car.
Oh, it was Locklear?
Yeah, Locklear is the one that came around him second after he spun the second time. So I don't know who the car that originally wrecked was. I couldn't see that, but yeah, Locklear was the one that came around him second. I couldn't tell if he got into the fence or not. Doesn't look like he's got any damage on those tires, so he obviously was able to get around as we've got another car back there.
That's not Scott Wise.
It looked like Fontaine to me, but it's hard to tell. No, it's just
No.
Sam Fontaine still running there in 10th position now. A lap down, and the 48 of Corey Melton hasn't pit yet for his scheduled stop, so why are we looking at buildings?
So the 24 is out. The 4 is out. The 4 never even got started. He never even gridded up. I can't even tell what that name is. And Cody Beatty and Coy Hosley are out of the race as well. So some of these guys, if I hit their numbers, it just goes straight to scenic. So then you end up looking at buildings.
Okay, gotcha. Looks like there was some more damage on the track there. We knew this was going to be who could make it to the end without mistakes. And right now, that is Matt Telder running for Moneymaker Motorsports in first place right now with Austin Saar behind him.
Oh, okay. So that's the 14, Jacob Gladulich, or Drift, as many like to call him. And he was the one that you saw kind of stopped on the back of the, or in the background when we saw. I think that was Locklear or Fontaine. I'm not sure, but yeah, we've got some different paint schemes and some definite issues throughout this track.
Yeah, absolutely. As we're down to 7 laps to go for Matt Telder with about a 10-second lead or so.
Does he still have to pit one more time?
I don't know. I don't think so. I mean,
let's see.
If he does.
Oh, Telder's got 19 laps on his tires. He
does have to pit. And then we've got Austin Saar, who's currently running second position, who will inherit that lead after the pit stop.
He's only got 5 on his tires. We saw him pit with Rabiati, so he definitely can make it to the end on fuel.
Then right behind him is the 98 of Luke Daniels, who's hoping to continue this great run because he has a chance of making up some ground on Dan Moreira.
That's a lot of damage.
Yeah. Oh,
that was Scott Wise. Yep.
So we've got Rabiati on pit again.
Telder's on pit road.
And Telder, okay.
Coming to pit road from the lead. Wanted to wait as long as he possibly could to make it to pit road, but now he's on.
Yeah, we'll see where he comes out here.
Looks like 3rd place.
Yeah, and he did a good job to. I think he even gained some ground on Ladisur because Ladisur was behind him before the pits, and now he has a few seconds on him here. So, nice job by Matt to run long and get that gap from him to 4th place. And as long as he doesn't heat up those tires and end up in the fence, which we know is a definite possibility, he's going to end up on the podium as we're on board with Luke Daniels, who's currently 2nd place, chasing his teammate down from half a second back.
Trying to work on it. And you can see, look at how bumpy this racetrack is from this cockpit view. It's so hard to put the gas down on this track because, well, it's not actually a racetrack. It's a it's a street course.
Yeah, and so right here, he's going to try to get a good exit here and get on the power. I'm not even going to attempt to tell you what straightaway this is because they all look the same.
This, I believe, is the backstretch, actually.
Well, we'll see here as they're coming around. Back on the...
And we're going over the bridge, I want to say.
So between 6 and 7, and now they're... No. Because that
Or
was
is
a
that
left
the bridge?
corner.
Well,
Hold on. Let's just wait. It all looks the same.
we're coming up to the fountain here, so...
Yeah, so here's the
There's the
horseshoe.
fountain,
So they're
yeah.
going around 9. Now they're going into 10.
And this
Into
will be the
11.
front stretch right here.
No, there's one more
No?
corner. We're going
Oh.
to 12. This is turn 12, and now you're on the front stretch. So,
Okay.
so we're watching what he's doing here. Gets up to 5th gear, now back down to 1st. Over all these bumps, have to be extremely careful to put the power down there. 4 laps to go for these drivers. And I'm sure some of these drivers can't wait to get off this track and end up at the Chicago Oval. But guys like Luke Daniels, Austin Sarr are looking to capitalize here and get a podium finish along with Matt Helder.
We got another crashed car up here. Who is that?
Looks
I
like a
couldn't
TI
tell.
driver. I couldn't tell either, but
I'm not sure. I'm not even going to attempt... well, the 27. Oh, no. See if we can see it real quick. I did not catch that.
no, it doesn't. It's Matt Benedetto. He's the only car on pit road. Well, Joey Ladouceur as well in the 23 car.
That might have been it. Joey Ladouceur. Yeah, that was it.
So I don't know if he had pitted yet or not, or if he was just coming back down to get some damage repaired.
No, yeah, he definitely was coming down for damage repair.
As we've
That car
now
was
got
wrecked.
3 laps to go for Austin Sarr out front. He's got Luke Daniels closing up on him, though, who has made some ground up here, it looks like, just from the eyeball test. Needs
not
to
gonna
be
lie.
closer.
I'm not gonna lie, this is a good battle right here for 6th. Ryan Whitaker and Dan Marrera racing for that 6th place position. Actually, now 5th because Joey Ladouceur has wrecked.
Well, he's still, yeah, he is behind them, isn't he? Okay.
Yeah, he's
Yep.
25 seconds behind them now.
Well, let's go back up front for the final 2 laps here, as these guys are going to be crossing the finish line anytime to take 2 laps to go.
Gotta find him. There we go. Couple
And you
teammates
see
right
that-
here.
Yeah, the XSR drivers going at it down the stretch. Luke Daniels going to have 23 more opportunities to get him. And 23 opportunities for Austin to hold him off.
Yeah, I think
Here
it
they're coming
really
through
looks
turn
like Austin
4.
Sarr is gonna be able to hold him off. I don't think Luke Daniels is quite close enough to make any kind of moves.
Yeah, and here they go down the backstretch. You can bet they're using their push to pass to get as much speed out of it as they can, breaking down hard into turn 6. Now they're going to come up towards turn 7 to get ready to go around the fountain.
Look at that orange glow in those wheels. You'll be able to
Definitely
see it
using
right
the brakes,
here.
building some pressure up in those tires as well. Is one driver pushing too hard?
Is one of them going to make a mistake?
There they're coming down towards turn 12, coming to get the white flag. One more lap to go for Austin Sarr and Luke Daniels to chase him down. About a half-second lead. Down to 1/10 of a second into the corner. Did he overshoot it? It looks like he drove hard into that corner, didn't make it. Now through turn 2. Heading through the little kink, turns 3. And then down into turn 4 where they're going to get on the brakes a little bit. And then hard into turn 5. So 4 right here. He's pulled a little gap on that straightaway there, and now he's just got to manage it. Coming up on some lap traffic, though, I would say they shouldn't be an issue, but they're probably running 3-4 seconds off the pace, so they may catch him. Turn through turn 6, onto the brakes for turn 7. Around the fountain one more time for Austin Sarr. Luke Daniels has one more shot to get him in turn 4.
And he gets it! Oh, and they wreck! Oh my gosh!
And here they come through turn 12. Austin Sarr still out front. And he's going to get it with a broken rear wing. No downforce, no problem for Austin Sarr. And Luke Daniels brings it home P2. But yeah, man, wow.
Wow. What a crazy finish.
Can we go back to that real quick?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Coming around the fountain.
And then down hard into turn 11.
Daniels just...
Here, let's back that up again and go to the rear chase. Or go to the left rear tire, I guess, or the right rear. Yeah, he just got on the brakes super hard. And really late. Hard to tell if Sarr braked early or broke early and Daniels broke late. It's only the drivers would know that, but doesn't look like he hit him that hard, but doesn't take much in these cars. And then from that point, he's on the brakes, just trying to say, "Teammate, save it! I didn't mean to."
Yeah, gonna be some real team conversations after this race.
Yeah, I think the only thing that's gonna save Austin Sarr's temper here is that he ended up with the win.
Oh, and Daniels just runs him over after that.
Yeah, so bringing it home P3 is Matt Telder. Let's see if we can't get some of these guys in here real quick before we hop over to the next race. Hey, Matt Telder, it's the guys up in the booth, man. You got P3 there. Congratulations on a podium finish, bud.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm trying to hear you. Scala's still talking in the stream. Give me 2 seconds. I apologize. All right. Yeah. P3 tonight. It was a good race. Sorry about that.
No, you're good, bud. He's probably just giving guidance on what you need to do next to get into that oval racetrack, huh?
Yeah, that's it. He was giving everybody the session details and times and all that good stuff. So.
Very good. Well, tell us about this race, man. We saw a lot of carnage, a lot of guys kind of all over the place. But you bring it home P3. It looked like you stayed pretty clean there. How was it?
Yeah, I unfortunately never got a good qual lap. I never even completed an out lap. I just had cars wrecking in front of me, and we all knew this was going to be, for the most part, a race that survival was going to do well. So, chose my spots, chose just to outbrake people in a few corners where I knew I could do it, practiced it a lot. So, because I knew that was going to be the only way you're going to get around people cleanly here is to outbrake somebody. So, worked on that. And then, yeah, I think I started back in 15th or 16th or something like that. It was just one at a time through the laps. And then by the time I finally got to third, Luke and Austin were just so far out. There was no catching them because I wasn't willing to risk the podium to attempt to make up 20 seconds in 20 laps. So.
Yeah, well, I think that was a wise decision. So, are we going to have an inversion at the Oval, do you know?
Yeah, they are inverting the top 10 from this race. So Austin will start 10th, Luke will be 9th, I'll be 8th. Yeah, math. 8th, And I think Zach's gonna start right next to me. So I saw Sam Fontaine finish 10th, so he's gonna start shotgun. It looks like there.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on this finish, man, and we'll see you here in a few minutes in the on the oval circuit.
Appreciate it, guys.
All right, thank you. And you're going to Moneymakers or
Yep,
TI?
please.
Okay.
Moneymakers, please.
All right, thank you, sir. All right, and there was Matt Teller who came in P3 there. So let's get Luke Daniels in, see if we can talk to him about that last lap near disaster for teammates there. So,
So,
hey, Luke, it's the guys up in the booth, buddy. Hey, congratulations on finish second. Did your heart stop there in turn 11?
sorry, what was that?
Did your heart stop in turn 11 when you got into your teammate, or what happened?
Yeah, a little bit. It was kind of stopped for most of that last lap as I was thinking, oh my God, I'm about to be able to get Austin because he's been so much faster than me in like every practice session. He's run way, way more laps here at this track because it's, I guess you could say, it's his home track since he's from Chicago. And to put it mildly, really hate this track. So, yeah, the fact that I was able to get a result like that, I guess I'm pretty happy, pleasantly surprised with. Still really not looking forward to coming back to it, but it's it was fun racing with them there at the end. I was actually braking a little bit early. I was expecting that I could maybe pressure him, and he like sometimes overdriven turn 11 just a little bit, and I was thinking that he might do that again, and I wanted to be able to cut underneath him, so I was actually braking earlier than normal, and I was trying to set him up for turn 12 at the very end, but there was a lapped car ahead, and I believe he checked up a little earlier than expected. So I just got into the back of him. I did everything I could to stay off of him, and then afterwards, you know, I felt it was at least right to try and straighten him out if at all possible.
Yeah, we weren't sure what was going on there when I saw you like slam on the brakes after you got into him, and then you ran into the side of him. So I didn't know if you were trying to straighten him out or if you were still just kind of in the gas trying to get around him. But being a teammate, I wasn't anticipating you trying to wreck him for the lead there. So
No, definitely didn't want to wreck him. I was trying to pass him cleanly. Of course, it's not very easy to do at this track, and the bump and run is not a thing in Indy cars. So yeah.
well, man, you did awesome. Congratulations on the podium. Gonna start P8 at the Oval. Good luck.
Thanks. Gonna need it.
Are you gonna go to XRS? It looks like all your buddies went to Moneymaker there.
Yeah, I'll go back over to Moneymakers.
All right, bud. Congratulations, and we'll pull in your buddy here.
All right.
All right, so there was P2. Let's get Austin up in here and tell us about his race. Austin Saar, it's the guys up in the booth, buddy.
What's up?
Congratulations, man. You
Thank
conquered
you.
the beast.
What was that?
You conquered the beast tonight. You're a Chicago guy.
I did. I made it through my home city.
Made it through. That's a good one.
I drive in every week, and they probably fixed a whole bunch of potholes just to make this track drivable, to be honest.
Well, and you know that hometown really showed because you're able to navigate those bumps and those turns better than anybody. Looked like you were going to have your hands full with Robbie. He made a mistake on pit road, and something happened there, and then the race fell to you, man. Congratulations. What was it like out there?
Bumpy. My whole goal was just trying to stay on track, stay clean, keep a clean car, and just get as much pace out of the car as I can without sacrificing a little bit of safety margin to make it past all these quote unquote non-existent walls. But yeah, with Robbie coming in, I saw him come in and I wanted to see what pit delta was, if I could jump him when he came in and slow him up a little bit. But he came out right in front of me, so I came in the next lap, and as I was following him, I saw a wing come off somewhere and he slowed up. I'm like, what did he do? And then I follow him in the pits, and he was still sitting there when I left, and I knew a front wing change wasn't gonna take that long, and I never saw him again, so I'm assuming he sped on entry.
Yeah, that's kind of what we were looking at, and then he ended up crashing again when he came off of pit road. So
Yeah, that
sure.
exit on cold tires is real nasty with that off camber.
Okay, yeah. So, well, you're going to the oval now. What are you expecting there?
Another somewhat localish track. It's about 45 minutes away from me. Never physically been there, but I've heard lots of things, and I'm just trying to kind of survive. I know top 10's inverted, so I should be starting 10th, I believe, this next round, and it'll just be keep the touch with the lead group and see where I end up.
Yeah, buddy, absolutely. Well, congratulations on the win here. Even if you
Thank
get
you.
wrecked out on lap 2 there, hold on to this victory, bud.
I will.
All right, congratulations. We'll talk at you later.
Yep.
All right, that's Austin Saar, your 13 car finishing P1. So looks like we're getting ready to get on to the oval track. So, Alan, wrap it up for us here at the street course. We'll get out of here and head over to Chicagoland.
I mean, fun race for sure, and gonna be another fun race tonight. And hey, let's get to it.
Absolutely, man. Well, the street course brought us everything that we anticipated happening and a little bit more. So we are going to be starting a new stream. Yes, Alan? Or are we going to be rolling in with this one?
It's a new stream.
All right, so check us out here in a couple minutes. They've got 27 minutes left in practice over there. We will see all of you here shortly from 45 minutes away right here in Chicago. Thanks for joining us on the Electronic Motor Racing Network.